They've been stubborn for several days, and of course that cool air in place too. With some of the clouds, we're also tracking some of this really low-level moisture that's moving it off the water with a persistent easterly wind. When the wind has been this persistent off the water, it's no surprise that we're dealing with a lot of clouds, especially toward the coastline, and that's been the case especially over areas just south of Boston, moving over southeastern Massachusetts. There's been this persistent area of showers, although light. You can see it from Scituate down toward Marshfield, even extending down to Plymouth, and it's stretching westward. So along portions of Route 3, you'll run into these sprinkles. That's the case along 24, and then even moving as far inland toward 95. So places like Walpole, Norwood, even out toward Franklin, feeling a few of these drops stretching through. Low to mid 60s right now, average highs in the 70s. We stayed in the low 60s today, so it was another day where it was below average and a little cool, and we'll feel that cool air again tonight. We're dropping into the 50s, a few 40s northwest. Not seeing any big major weather impacts overnight, but yet again, watch for those sprinkles, especially toward the coastline, and watch for some areas of fog. We're cloudy and cool for most of your Wednesday, and we'll likely run into a few spot showers, an increasing likelihood of showers heading into the evening, which our futurecast will also show. So let's get through it. 5 a.m. tomorrow, a few sprinkles likely, especially as you move from 495 eastward, but this is not the main event. So increasing likelihood for showers starts to move in from the west, and that's just a little taste of what's to come. So plan on having that umbrella nearby for your Wednesday afternoon and evening. You can see there's some heavier showers starting to approach Thursday morning. I do think that will start to initially develop to the north and then drop its way southward through Thursday evening. So it does appear that our wettest time frame will be Thursday evening. Some lingering heavier rainfall over the south coast, Cape and Islands by early on Friday morning, but then it is moving out of here by Friday mid-morning. So the amount of rainfall does look to be a good soaking rain, especially as you move westward, where we could see spots of just over an inch, but for most locations here locally, half an inch to an inch of rainfall. Meanwhile, we're tracking significant rain associated with what is right now Tropical Storm Helene, set to strengthen to a hurricane as it passes by Cancun and passes by Cuba as we move toward late in the evening and into tomorrow. Landfall expected by Thursday evening, and at that point, the National Hurricane Center does expect this storm to strengthen to a Category 3 hurricane. It is expected to weaken after that, but the storm surge here is going to be a widespread impact, especially for the Big Bend area of Florida, where we could see up to a 15-foot surge. Flood potential, by no surprise, is something we're watching, up to 8 inches locally from Florida Panhandle into North Carolina. And the question is, where is all this moisture going to go? Well, with high pressure in place for us, it's actually blocking it to our south. So even as we move